me tell you a little bit about my background and where I come from this. I'm not an educator by trade. I've been with the school district for 25 years, but in the administrative side of things. I work in the technology department. I'm dabbled in just about everything, but my background, I started out as a programmer in the early 80s, and so I've seen a lot of change in technology. And what these ladies are talking about today about the programming, the STEM educators, is very important to us today. I've been on the side of the employer, trying to hire programmers, trying to hire analysts. We've actually had to contract people and bring people in from out of the country to fill the positions we have. There are jobs available today in the agreeable market in this field. I mean, if you're going into programming and development, software development, they're begging people today. So this is not just a fun program. I started out as a parent. My son started in 4th grade. He was one of Tanya's middle schoolers. When she was doing FLL, so he's been involved in the Lego robotics, and he's been all the way up through the FRC program. This is his 4th year. We've had opportunities to go to the World Championship in St. Louis. So it's a very good program, and it's very good. My son is actually going to be planning to pursue a career in mechanical engineering. So, I feel like this program, we've seen fruit going. We've got children that have left this program, students that have left this program that are at MIT right now. We've got students at Georgia Tech. We've got people from all over, going all over the major universities, Clemson.
MIT.
MIT? Yes. Our captain 2 years ago is at MIT right now, and he is actually participating in robotics at MIT. So, first, FRC program is the big robot, the one you saw in the hall, the one you see outside. They call it the varsity sport of the mind. It is a sports type competitive environment. When you go to a robotics tournament, there are people dressed up we've got capes we wear and people dressed up in costumes, and it is a very loud environment. It's very competitive, but it is fun. The program also with FLL is smaller one-day events. Most of these run 2 to 3 days, so they're large events. We participate normally in 2 regionals here, but I'll get into that. But the thing about this program is it's real-world situations. The kids get first Saturday in January, they get their challenge for the year. They have 6 weeks to build one of these robots. And it used to go in a crate, now it goes in a big baggie. At the end of 6 weeks, the robot is done until you can go to the first competition and you don't touch it again. So it is real world. They have deadlines. The games are designed where in 6 weeks you can't do everything. So you have to make decisions on value, whether you add this piece of it or you don't add this piece of it. What's our strategy? You have to work together as a team. We have programmers, we have mechanical people, we have electrical people, and they all have to come together in 6 weeks and build this. And one big thing First Bush is, I don't see these at the bottom, there were over $16 million in scholarships available to First alumni, which for our high school kids, that is a big deal. And we've got several kids that are getting scholarships this year to Clemson, to Georgia Tech.
USC too.
Oh yes, USC. Actually, USC is got a very good first program. They actually sponsor several of them. Okay. What you have to have for the program. EnTech program is very mature. We've been in existence for 20 years now, at least probably 17 years. So we are a mature program. But if you're starting out, 15 or more students, I've seen it done with less, but it's hard because you've got a lot to do in 6 weeks. You need somebody to be the leader to help coordinate this from the adult side. It doesn't have to be a technologist. They don't have to know. My wife Charlotte, she was the leader, and Tanya. It's more coordination at that level. So you have to have a group, and you have to have volunteer supporting from the parent side. That is very important in this bigger program. This logistics. We traveled probably about 30 kids to the 2 events we went to, and trying to do the logistics for 30 children, 30 students, 10, 15 adults. There's a lot of that. So you need somebody that's willing to take on the coordinator, the director role. We're very lucky to be sponsored by some of our strong corporate sponsors here. Michelin is one of our big sponsors. They provide us engineers. that work with our program. Michelin provides a large budget. Caterpillar, Marine Division, provides a large. Beth's got all our sponsor boards over there. Greenville County Schools is one of our sponsors. They've helped out through some of their STEMS money. Greenville Tech gives us facilities. So we have a large corporate backing, plus we're not just a robotic build program. Our FRC program is a full year program where during the summer we do outreach events like this. That's why our students are here. They're involved in reaching out for STEM. The classes Tanya was telling you about, a lot of these kids are the volunteers that help these classes go. We also do outreach with Shop for a Cause. We work with that group. Who sponsors Shop for a Cause?
The JCs?
JCs. We assist with that. We send volunteers there. So we're not trying just to teach these kids STEMs, but we want them to be well-rounded community people, community members, and volunteers. Now, here's where things get a little hard. The reason we're saying there's a continuum, the Junior Lego League, the Lego League, the FTC, the FRC. FTC is a better entry program, but if you really want to go for the full impact, FRC is a great program, and it is the flagship program of the FIRST, at least in my opinion. But you need a space to build the robot in. It's not a 12 by 12 field. The actual field is 60 by 30 to 45. It's a big field. Most of the time these take place, the competitions take place in a Coliseum. The competition field with the judging and scoring, it all takes about half of a basketball court. So it's a big thing. So you need a space to build the robot. We're lucky to be hosted by Greenville Tech in their diesel automotive mechanics building. So we have a very nice workshop space. We have some space inside the building where we can do that. Greenville Tech has been a wonderful partner with us along with the school district and Greenville Tech Charter High. You need some space in that area or in a gym somewhere to set up during your 6-week build season. There are different field elements. This year there was a 10, 12 foot high metal pyramid with the robot. Our robot, we decided to do a chin up, but you could climb 3 levels to the top of that pyramid and dump frisbees in it. So you needed space for that. You need space for the targets. There are 3 levels of targets, all the way from 3-foot target up to 12-foot target to shoot the frisbees. So it takes a large space. Cooperation is one of those where you compete with the team, but you're also cooperating with those. You also need to cooperate within your team, so they learn you work together as a team. Gracious professionalism. By this time, we expect these kids to be professionals. They're still talking to the judges, but they're talking about C++ programming. They're talking about how they designed their robot, why they picked the challenges they did, how they implemented those challenges. And they're using advanced mathematics and advanced engineering principles and programming that I didn't see until I was in college or later. So they're learning some high-level things. You can start out with the basic machine tools in a bag with your drills and screwdrivers installed. But we also have access to a machine working shop. We can actually do some of our own machining on parts. But some of the teams choose to outsource that work, so that's where the funding comes in. We have teams that they do the design and then they send that out to be built. We kind of do a hybrid approach. At the base of our robots, you've seen the square base. We have a local company, LaserFlex, that has built that for us for the last several years. Our students, along with the engineers on the team, do a collaborative design. And I'm a programmer by heart, so I don't understand all the engineering, but the kids are doing designs along with the engineers in SolidWorks and in AutoCAD. We actually use SolidWorks, but those are the kind of tools they're using. They're using industry tools. Now the funding, FIRST says 15 to 30,000. You could probably do it at 15,000 if you wanted to stay at the Motel 6 out by the railroad tracks and you didn't sell sandwiches all week. But these are 3 to 4 day competitions. We traveled this year to Gwinnett, north of Atlanta, to the Gwinnett Civic Center for the Peachtree Regional. We went to the Palmetto Regional, which this year was at Myrtle Beach in the Myrtle Beach Convention Center. So you're going down on Wednesday, you're practicing Thursday, you have competition Friday and Saturday. So it's usually 2 or 3 nights of hotel stay. There's feeding that people, logistics of that. That's why we let the engineers engineer and parents and business people like us support this. So I can show you our sample budget, and we're, like I said, we're a mature team. We've got a lot of sponsors. We do lots of fundraising. So do not think you have to be in this. But our current budget is right under $47,000. The fees for the regionals come in, but this is a budgeting going to championship. 3 of the last 4 years, we have gone to St. Louis to the championship. We won the Palmetto Regional competition, the robot competition, and the Chairman's Award, which is the pinnacle of the awards of the regional, which is not just for your robot, but it's for your whole year-round program. We're very proud of that. Some of our trophies are up here. You can tell that we're proud of that. So the registrations, but Greenville County Schools actually, through the Perkins funds, helped fund our championship registration. Caterpillar Marine helped fund one of our regionals. Michelin helps fund one. As part of your registration, you get a part. But and as you're starting out, you can build a kit of parts robot, and you can compete with a kit of parts robot. You can be competitive, but first year, it's just like anything else we learn. We also budget parts from mechanical, electrical. We refresh our hardware. We have supplies. We're also, our program also funds down. We buy shirts, we buy buttons, and a lot of that will help FLL and FRC. We've got 2 FLCs to sponsor and an FCC that have their own separate budgets, but they're under our umbrella. Beth is back there, wanted to hurry up, but basically that's the gist of this program. The FLL program, the FIRST program, the FCC, the FLL, and the FRC is a wonderful program. Once you get into it, you're a kid. We started with my son in 4th grade as parent volunteer. We've been involved. This is our 5th year working with robotics. My son is graduating and going on to higher education, but Sean and I are through the program that we're staying on and helping Tanya get to the. So I think that's it. I'll turn it back over to Beth.